I've never liked the term half caste. I've always thought of it as half person. Like I heard at one point that someone like thought it was like half man, half dog or some shit. But I've never liked the term.
You know, I'd have conversations where in class they would say stuff like mulatto or half caste and quarter caste that would make my stomach turn because of the implication of those phrases. You know, you're not whole, you're half. You know, you're half of something. You know, you're not an entire person.
I think it's a bit of a wrong term, really, and I don't feel like it should be being used to describe someone. I think mixed race is a better term, really, and it sounds less like an insult and more like what I actually am.
I think I identify more as mixed because I have a history tied to black culture. And so I am mixed because to say I'm one or the other denies the other culture.
So I grew up in London with my mum. My mum and dad aren't together. So I grew up with my Jamaican mum. And so I've always been more towards my Jamaican culture than I have my German.
From what I know, it wasn't massively different to growing up in any other household, really. However, I guess that we did have a bit more sort of Caribbean food every now and then than the average white person in the UK would have.
I don't think I'm very familiar on either side. I have a base understanding of Jamaican culture through many trial of errors growing up, but not really. And with my British side, I can't even tell if I have a British culture. It's just very, well, to me at least, it seems very vague and just there. But I can't really pinpoint it or say that's British or that's Jamaican.
Well, I guess when it comes down to the identity of people that are mixed race, I guess it comes down to like where you're from, where you grew up, how you feel as an individual. As a whole, I don't believe that there's a huge crisis, but of course, for certain individuals, they may feel that they're being alienated or secluded. So if anything, I feel like that's the thing that they want to go through as a person to grow forward instead of as a huge culture, but that's just my opinion.
I have had sort of subtle racial abuse, such as in groups excluding me. So like groups of people not really getting to know me and sort of pushing me away, really. And then when I look at that group of people, there's not really any single ethnic person in that group. It's a group of just white people, basically.
When I finally met people my age who were black, and I was like, oh great, there's someone black who I can talk to about their experiences. But when I talk to them, they'll be like, oh, you act very white. You know, I mean, obviously I look pale, but they'll be like, oh, you're very white. The way you act is white. You don't sound black. And I'll be like, oh, okay, so if I don't fit in with white and I don't fit with black, where do I fit in?
Overall, I identify more as a mixed race person than I do black or white person. However, if you ask me about personality-wise, like what sort of personality I think I have, I'd identify more with a white person sort of personality than the stereotypical black persons.
I've got, you know, I'm from two different cultures, so integrated into another one isn't a problem, but the problem comes when people go, because you're from two different cultures, because I can't understand one side of your culture, then to me you're strange, you're odd, you shouldn't be here. You know, I don't understand you, so I would rather ignore you than try to understand you.
My name is Micah Miller, and I'm half German and half Jamaican.
My name is Paige Tarrant, and I'm mixed in a way that my dad's white British and my mum's black British Jamaican.
So my name is Joseph Roberts, and I am a mix of Jamaican and English.